Jeff Davidson is a widely acclaimed professional speaker, mega author of 56 books, creator of 24 iPhone apps, and author of 230 ebooks for mobile readers. He holds the registered trademark as the work-life balance expert. Jeff has spoken to audiences across the U.S. and around the world on the topic of having more breathing space, being more productive, and achieving work-life balance.
How to avoid racing the clock. Do you realize that your actions dictate whether or not the passage of time is racing by or going by at a relatively easy pace? In other words, the way you approach your work, the way you approach your day, and indeed the way you approach your life has a dramatic impact on how quickly you perceive that time is passing. There are certain practices, certain behaviors, certain habits that we all tend to engage in on occasion that actually speed up our perception of passing time. And given that this is so, by understanding these behaviors and engaging in other ways of proceeding, we actually get to slow down the clock from a perceptual basis. So, what are these actual behaviors? Well, there are 21 in all, and I've grouped them into 5 major categories. The first category is what I call the unchallenged practice. There are 6 behaviors that comprise unchallenged practices, and I'm going to mow them down one at a time. The first is adhering to ritual. In other words, when we engage in ritual and we're not even necessarily noticing that we're doing so, we end up too often making it seem as if time is racing by. So what kinds of rituals am I talking about? Well, if you have to always lower the blinds or adjust the blinds or sharpen pencils or straighten up stuff, arrange things on your desk just so before you actually get down to the task at hand, then you're consuming precious minutes that take away from the time you could have devoted to what it is you want to accomplish. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense to control your environment and to set it up so that you can be effective. In fact, I'm all for that. What I am saying is, anytime you find yourself practicing some type of ritual that has become more of a non-productive habit than anything else, ask yourself, why do you need to waste this time on such behaviors?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?